This video brings an urgent message about a visitor who is about to enter your home. A divine messenger has been assigned to your address, but many will miss his arrival because they aren't watching for the signs. This isn't just another spiritual video. It contains a revelation about a heavenly encounter that's been arranged specifically for you. The presence that's approaching your home carries a message that could completely transform your spiritual life overnight. There's a divine appointment scheduled for your address that heaven has been preparing for months. Don't scroll away, because what you're about to learn could change everything about how you experience God's presence within your own walls. The man who is coming to your home tomorrow brings something you've been praying for, even if you didn't realize you were asking for it. His visit isn't random. It's a carefully orchestrated divine moment that requires your awareness to fully receive. This isn't an ordinary spiritual message. It's a divine alert about a visitation that represents a once-in-a-lifetime spiritual opportunity in your home. This messenger has been observing your spiritual journey with loving attention, waiting for precisely the right moment to make this appointed visit. Missing the signs of this visitation could mean overlooking a special blessing that's been prepared just for your dwelling place. This visit marks a limited-time spiritual window that's opening in your home right now. Heaven cares so deeply about this encounter that there would be genuine disappointment if you failed to recognize when it happens. That's why this message found you today. Your attention to this video isn't by chance. It's divinely orchestrated to help you see what's about to be placed directly in your path. Your home has been selected for a special visitation, but you must be spiritually alert to receive it fully. Every prayer you've whispered for a deeper spiritual experience has been heard. Every time you've longed for tangible evidence of heaven's activity in your daily life has been noticed. All the moments you've wondered if God was still speaking, yet continued to seek anyway, have been honored. Your spiritual hunger hasn't gone unnoticed. Those times when divine visitations seem to happen in everyone else's home except yours, heaven saw your disappointment. The times when your faith felt small, yet you continued creating space for divine encounters, that persistence was recognized. The sheer efforts you've made to create a spiritually receptive atmosphere in your home have been valued. The questions you've carried about why powerful encounters happen for others but seem to miss your address have all been acknowledged. Divine visitations aren't always obvious and sometimes require prepared hearts to recognize them when they arrive. The visitor coming to your home appears in ways that seem ordinary but carry extraordinary spiritual significance. His arrival will be marked by unexpected feelings of peace that seem to fill a room for no apparent reason. You'll notice unusual timing of events that perfectly align with thoughts you've been having. This visitor makes his presence known through subtle changes in atmosphere, perhaps a room that suddenly feels different, or an unexpected fragrance that has spiritual meaning to you personally. Objects in your home might catch your attention in new ways, or you might experience unusual dreams the night before his arrival. This divine encounter is uniquely designed for your specific spiritual journey, something heaven has personally arranged to address your deepest questions. The window for recognizing this visitor won't remain open indefinitely. When you finally perceive his presence, you'll wonder how you could have missed something so significant, yet so subtle in its approach. When you recognize this divine visitor in your home, many puzzling aspects of your spiritual journey will suddenly make perfect sense. Difficult seasons, prayers that seemed forgotten, and spiritual dreams that have lingered in your heart will all connect in a beautiful moment of clarity. Heaven has wonderful news for you today. Your spiritual home is being positioned for a powerful visitation, and important transformations are being prepared within its walls. The divine has noticed your hunger for authentic spiritual experience, and now your dwelling has been chosen for this special encounter. This moment marks something significant in your spiritual journey. It's a clear indication that the atmosphere of your home is becoming more spiritually sensitive. Something incredibly meaningful is about to unfold in your living space, far deeper than you might have imagined possible. This visitation begins a spiritual awakening that will touch every area of your home life. There's a wave of heavenly attention surrounding your home right now. Your living space is becoming more spiritually attuned, naturally drawing divine presence into your daily experience. Recognizing this visitor brings heightened awareness of sacred moments in even the most ordinary corners of your home. More spiritual insights will begin flowing into your domestic spaces than ever before. This isn't happening by chance. It's a carefully arranged blessing designed specifically for this season of your spiritual journey. Your prayers for divine visitation matter more than you realize. Your spiritual sensitivity is creating an atmosphere that heaven wants to respond to. This divine recognition shows that heaven deeply values the spiritual environment you've been cultivating. Each effort you've made to create sacred space, even when results weren't visible, has prepared your home for this appointed visitor. The timing of this visitation is no coincidence. It comes now because your home is spiritually ready to recognize and respond to it. This precise moment has been divinely chosen because the spiritual atmosphere of your dwelling place has matured in faith and receptivity. Your spiritual eyes are now open enough to see what might have been invisible to you before. Your heart has expanded through trials. Your spiritual wisdom about entertaining divine presence has deepened through experience. Your home is now prepared to receive this visitor more clearly than ever before. All the spiritual practices you've engaged in within your home have been preparation for this encounter. Nothing in your spiritual journey has been wasted. Every prayer, worship moment, and scripture reading within your walls has shaped your home's ability to recognize divine visitation when it arrives. If you're feeling blessed by this revelation about the visitor coming to your home, please consider sending a super thanks of $5, $10, $20, or more to support our channel's mission of sharing these important spiritual messages. Your generosity helps these divine insights reach those who desperately need to recognize heaven's visitations. When you give, you participate in a sacred exchange that allows us to continue creating content that connects people with heaven's timely messages in these critical spiritual times. Your support ensures that others will be prepared for their own divine visitations and won't miss these sacred moments when they arrive. As you prepare to recognize this divine visitor to your home, consider creating intentional space for the encounter. This doesn't require elaborate preparations, simply a heart that's expectant and attentive to subtle spiritual shifts in your environment. Begin by dedicating a specific area of your home as sacred space. Speak words of welcome and invitation each morning when you wake and each evening before sleep. Notice areas of your home where you feel unusual peace or spiritual awareness. These may become focal points for this divine encounter. Remove distractions that might prevent you from noticing subtle spiritual movements. Pay special attention to unexpected thoughts that seem to come from outside yourself, particularly ones that bring unusual clarity or peace. This visitor often makes his initial presence known through gentle impressions rather than dramatic manifestations. Trust your spiritual intuition about spaces in your home that suddenly feel different. Those who have recognized this divine visitor in their homes report remarkable transformations in their living spaces. Many describe a lingering sense of peace that remains long after they first became aware of the visitation. Others share how rooms that once felt spiritually empty became filled with tangible presence. Families have experienced healing of relationships within walls that had previously witnessed conflict. Individuals report receiving clear direction about life decisions during ordinary moments in their kitchens or living rooms. Some describe how their homes became unexpected meeting places where others experienced spiritual breakthroughs. Your experience with this divine visitor creates ripple effects beyond your personal space. As your home becomes spiritually activated, it naturally influences everyone who enters. Your awareness of heaven's messenger in your dwelling becomes both personal blessing and ministry opportunity for all connected to your household. As you navigate this divine visitation in your home, stay consistently receptive to how it unfolds. Heaven reminds you that while recognizing the initial moments of this encounter is important, it's just the beginning of a deeper relationship with divine presence in your living space. Maintain the spiritual sensitivity that allows you to perceive this visitor in the first place. Guard against returning to spiritual dullness or distraction that might cause you to miss the fullness of what this visitation offers. Let your awareness of sacred presence flow from genuine faith and daily attention to the spiritual atmosphere of your home. With this new ability to recognize divine visitation comes ongoing responsibility to nurture what has been initiated. Use this gift wisely to discern authentic divine communication from your own thoughts or external influences. This visitor brings messages that will feel both surprising and deeply familiar at the same time. Some days this presence will feel stronger than others, but this doesn't mean the visitation has ended. Divine encounters often unfold in waves, with periods of clear communication followed by quieter seasons that build spiritual capacity. Trust both the visible manifestations and the subtle undercurrents of this divine appointment. Picture a future where your home consistently hosts divine presence because of this initial visitation. Imagine spiritual doorways opening unexpectedly in ordinary rooms, divine appointments arriving precisely when needed, and your understanding of heaven's communication expanding beyond anything you've experienced before. Heaven stands with you, encouraging you to embrace this journey of spiritual hospitality with complete trust. This is truly your moment to experience deeper divine connection through recognizing the visitor appointed to your address. This marks the beginning of a time when your home's spiritual atmosphere will be more aligned with heaven than ever before. Accept this blessing with gratitude, and remember that you're surrounded by divine support on this journey of hosting sacred presence. The path ahead holds countless opportunities to experience heaven's guidance through a home atmosphere that becomes increasingly sensitive to spiritual reality. What joy awaits as you learn to recognize divine visitation in the very spaces where you live your daily life. Your home is being transformed into sacred ground through this appointment. Rooms that once seemed ordinary are becoming portals for divine encounter. The visitor who arrives tomorrow begins a permanent change in how you experience the spiritual dimension of your living space. If this message has awakened something in your spirit, please consider blessing our channel with a super thanks of $5, $10, $20, or whatever amount feels right to you. Your support creates a beautiful spiritual exchange and allows us to continue sharing these divine revelations with those who need them most. Your generosity helps fund our mission to help others recognize when heaven visits their homes in these important times. If you're ready to acknowledge that you're preparing to receive this divine visitor, type 777 in the comments below as your declaration of spiritual readiness for this sacred appointment.